Faith and Tech Bytes with Amy Lynn. The new year, everyone tries to start it off right. But while you are focusing on either your mental health or your physical appearance, don't forget about the well-being of your technology and spiritual life. Perhaps it's time to clean up your social media of things you regret posting. Or perhaps you need space on your phone. Delete old photos and old emails that serve no purpose. Don't delete important ones that you may need later on down the road. Perhaps save them in some other locations so you don't lose them. Delete old contacts that you have no intention to speak to again. You can also clean up other things. When was the last time you wiped down your keyboard, screen, or mouse? I even used canned air to clean out the inside of my mouse because I couldn't remember the last time I did it. Don't forget to wipe down your remotes, too. As for faith, you could start fresh with the goal to read the whole Bible in a year. I did this a few times with several different versions. I didn't really think it would be possible, but it is. They divide the Bible up into daily reads. It takes about 15 to 20 minutes a day to read. If you hate reading, you could get it in an audiobook format. The great thing about the yearly Bible is you don't have to start it at the new year. So please think about picking up one today. Jeremiah 29, verse 11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you, not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. There are a lot of people and companies promoting VPNs for privacy, but there are a lot of online companies that don't accept users who use VPNs. While VPNs may help with cybersecurity, they may end up creating you a nightmare. You may be banned or blocked from loading certain websites. And for those who do work-at-home jobs, you may be using such things as Savvy Connect, YouGov, Nielsen, or Amazon Shopper Panels, VPNs, or proxies. These companies are tracking your usage of internet and pay a small amount of money for spying on you. If you go and try to do some market research, such as focus groups, while using these previously mentioned apps, you could end up being banned for breaking the terms of service. These companies ban them for good reason. While you may think it's fine to be tracked and paid for it, it is not secure or wise. No amount of money should be worth you allowing your digital life to be tracked. Now you may be asking, what does this have to do with faith? Simple. These VPNs or proxies are digital masks you wear online. People have been known to wear masks online and off. They may be pretending to be something they aren't. They are either lying to the world or lying to themselves. You need to be careful when doing this. As Christians, we aren't to lie. And as decent human beings, we should have a moral code not to lie. Walter Scott said, "Oh, what a tangled web we weave, when first we practice to deceive." If you are trying to spare someone's feelings, instead of lying, you could say such things as, "I'd rather not discuss that," or "Let's talk about something else." Sticking to the facts as closely as possible, you could simply say such things as yes or no. If the other party isn't satisfied with your reply, you could admit that you aren't comfortable with the topic if that's the case. You shouldn't feel pressured to lie or discuss a topic where you feel the desire to tell falsehoods. If you do, there could be an underlying issue you may not be aware of. Leviticus 19, verse 11. You shall not steal, you shall not deceive, or speak falsely to one another. While technology is great, and our phones can ping cell towers to tell emergency responders our location, it's not foolproof. It is critical for emergency services, postal workers, and delivery personnel from companies like Grubhub and DoorDash to locate your residency quickly and accurately. Ensure your house numbers are clearly visible, either on your home or your mailbox, or even both. Do not depend solely on navigational apps like Google Maps, Apple Maps, or Bing Maps, as they may not provide precise location details. In emergencies, every second counts. Make sure your address is clearly identifiable to prevent delays. I encourage you to share this information with your community, as it can be vital in saving lives. So much so that I didn't just make this a podcast, but a social media posting for all to have access to. As for the faith side of this podcast, the song, "This Little Light of Mine," serves as a poignant reminder that one should not conceal their faith. This principle applies universally. Regardless of one's religious affiliations, everyone should feel empowered to practice their faith openly. I have personally faced numerous online criticisms due to my faith, yet I remain steadfast because my belief system provides me with a sense of security and purpose. This is not about displaying one's beliefs for the sake of pride or superiority. Rather, it underscores the importance of standing by one's convictions. Matthew 5, verse 14 through 16. You are the light of the world. A city situated on a hillside cannot be hidden. No one lights a lamp and puts it under a basket, but rather on a lampstand, and it gives light for all who are in the house. In the same way, let your light shine before men, so that they may see your good works and give glory to your Father in heaven. I'm honored to participate in the third edition of Podcasthon. For 1 week, more than 1,000 podcasts will highlight a charity of their choice. And today, I'm sharing STARNetwork. I selected STARNetwork Charity because I believe in what they do. Their saying, "You are not a victim, you're a star," really hit home with me. STAR stands for Survivor of Toxic Abuse Relationships. Their videos, images, and social media content is exactly what is needed. Simple point-blank answers to things you may be wondering. Originally, they were TARNetwork. As you know, TAR stands for Toxic Abuse Relationships, which they illustrate as being stuck in tar, since it's very similar to being stuck in a toxic relationship. But moving forward, they felt that STAR was more appropriate, as it stands for Survivors of Toxic Abuse Relationships, and they want this to empower all to become survivors of TAR. The years of 2020 through 2023, I was involved in a toxic abusive relationship with a narcissist. I was both working for and dating the guy. When I broke up with him, his mask came off for everyone to see. In his attempt to control me, everything I posted, he would twist and react to. Even my work-related content, such as this very podcast. But the content shared by STARNetwork made me realize exactly what was going on and how to deal with it. I am not alone, and I will be okay. There is help and support for others in abusive relationships. The great thing about technology is it makes giving to charity a lot easier than 30 years ago. You can also find a charity for just about everything. And in the About section of this podcast will be useful links to make sure that the charity you wish to donate to is legitimate. There will be a link to Annika's Work from Home, Click to Donate for Free, Pinterest Charity Board. This board consists of opportunities to donate by doing a search, donate your voice, shop for charity, perform a click, and more, all for free. I hope you enjoyed this change of pace with a special episode as part of Podcasthon. And if you enjoyed it, feel free to visit podcasthon.org to discover hundreds of other organizations through the talent of amazing podcasters. And be sure to check out STARNetwork today and all their great resources. And please, I'd like to ask you to consider donating. If you're wondering about the faith section of this podcast, I didn't skip it intentionally. I just felt it was already woven into the broader discussion. After all, giving comes from the heart, doing for others what they can't do for themselves. And that essence was already present without me spelling it out directly. Proverbs 19, verse 17. Whomever is generous to the poor lends to the Lord, and he will repay him for his deed. Have you ever received an email that appeared to be from a legitimate source like PayPal, Facebook, or Microsoft? As scammers become better at creating fraudulent messages, it is crucial to exercise caution. To protect yourself, consider the following logical steps before taking any action. First, assess the email. Did you recently request a password reset? If not, it is advisable to delete the email immediately. Have you logged into your PayPal account and initiated a transaction? If not, the email is likely a scam. However, it is understandable to wonder whether your account may have been compromised, leading to unauthorized activity. In such cases, proceed with caution and open the email to investigate further. When examining the email, look for key indicators of authenticity. Genuine PayPal correspondence will address you by your name. If it doesn't, this is a significant warning sign. Additionally, verify the to email address. If it doesn't match your own, the email is 100% fake. At this point, you may choose to report it or simply delete it. The prevalence of scam emails bears a surprising relevance to matters of faith. In a previous episode, I recounted my experience with a toxic relationship. Following the end of that relationship, my former partner attempted to tarnish my character, specifically targeting my faith. As someone who operates all my businesses with faith as a guiding principle, evidenced by the fact that my testimony is prominently featured on my voiceover website, alongside my biography and samples, this attack was particularly hurtful. Unfortunately, such behavior is not uncommon among those who are hurting. They lash out, often at the very qualities that define us. This phenomenon extends beyond personal disputes. There are individuals and groups who cloak themselves in faith while pursuing ulterior motives, such as financial gain or notoriety. Yet I firmly believe that deception has a limited lifespan. In time, the truth inevitably emerges. Were my faith merely a facade, as my ex-partner alleged, the inconsistency would have been exposed long ago, and my credibility would have crumbled. I share this not to justify myself, but to illustrate a broader point. After all, you have chosen to engage with my perspective. If I were not authentic, your instincts would have prompted you to disengage by now. As the saying goes, while the heart may mislead and the mind may falter, the gut rarely lies. Stay vigilant, both in your inbox and in your trust. Psalm 145, verse 18. The Lord is near to all who call on Him, to all who call on Him in truth. I hold a deep appreciation for mentors, and you may be immediately wondering how this topic relates with technology. Reflect for a moment. If you have a mentor, are they aware of the profound impact they've had on you? What might be holding you back from expressing this gratitude while they are still with us? Mentors play an indispensable role in shaping our lives. Yet it is disheartening to observe a common tendency. Many only acknowledge someone as a mentor after their passing. I found this perplexing. It's all too easy to hear the claims of, "They were my mentor," once someone is gone. Yet, there was little evidence of that appreciation during their lifetime. We might fantasize about meeting historical figures like Einstein, imagining a bold declaration of admiration. But consider this. During the lifetimes of Stephen Hawking or Michael Jackson, did I seek them out? No. The truth is, genuine mentorship is typically recognized in the moment. My own mentors are well aware of the pivotal role that they have played in my journey, and I've made it a point to ensure they know it. Technology offers a powerful tool to bridge this gap. I encourage you to pick up your device today and reach out to your mentor while they are still alive to express how much they mean to you. It's a small action with lasting significance. This brings me to the faith perspective of this podcast. Jesus, as a mentor and teacher, exemplified this dynamic during his lifetime on earth. His followers addressed him as teacher, engaging him with questions to which he provided thoughtful responses. This model of mentorship, active, present, and acknowledged in real time, is one I believe we should emulate. Waiting until someone is gone to praise their influence can feel hollow and insecure. Let us honor our mentors, both in life and in faith, with the recognition they deserve today. Job 12, verse 12. Is not wisdom found among the aged? Does not long life bring understanding? With the rise in security breaches lately, I thought it'd be a great time to discuss firewalls, an essential topic for an ongoing series of staying secure online. Having already covered VPNs, firewalls feels like the next logical step. Many people don't give firewalls much thought, especially since tools like Windows often come with them enabled by default. Plus, modern routers increasingly include firewall features in their software packages. But what exactly is a firewall? Simply put, it's software designed to protect your computer by blocking unauthorized access while allowing safe traffic to pass through. That said, firewalls can be a double-edged sword. Too many, and you might unintentionally slow down your internet, or block things you might actually want, like gaming communications. Too few, and you're leaving yourself exposed. For instance, if you're running both the Windows firewall and your router's firewall with default settings, you could end up with slow performance or connectivity issues. Balancing what to allow and what to block can feel like navigating a tricky slope. The truth is, standard firewall settings aren't always ideal. There's no such thing as a standard user anymore. Everyone's needs are unique, whether you're a gamer, a remote worker, or just browsing the web. Tweaking your firewall settings can make a big difference in both security and performance. You will need to do research to find what works best for you. You might wonder, what does a firewall have to do with faith? Consider the armor of God, described in Ephesians chapter 6, verse 10 through 17. This passage urges believers to equip themselves with spiritual protection much like firewall safeguards for a computer. The 6 components, often interpreted differently, but commonly understood as the helmet of salvation, the belt of truth, the shield of faith, the sword of the Spirit, the breastplate of the righteousness, the feet shroud with the gospel of peace. They work together to defend the believer, just as the firewall requires all parts functioning in harmony to block threats. These elements unite to fortify one's faith. It is important to put on the armor each and every waking day to avoid attacks, spiritual or otherwise. Ephesians chapter 6, verse 18. Pray in the Spirit at all times and on every occasion. Stay safe and be persistent in your prayers for all believers everywhere. Operating outdated technology can have a detrimental impact on one's mental well-being. I can personally attest to the frustration and stress caused by struggling to load web pages and perform essential tasks or enjoy leisure activities. Financial burdens may pose a significant barrier to upgrading, which is entirely understandable. However, if technology plays a crucial role in your daily life, it may be worth considering an investment in newer, more efficient systems. I place the highest priority on my mental and physical health above all else, and I evaluate my purchases through this lens. When contemplating a purchase, I ask myself, how will this contribute to my overall well-being? While the adage money can't buy happiness holds some truth, I believe that strategic investments can indeed foster improved health and quality of life. Upgrading outdated technology may be one such investment, potentially alleviating stress and enhancing productivity, therefore positively impacting one's mental and physical state. Scriptural teachings encourage us to adapt a holistic approach to well-being, encompassing healthy eating habits, regular exercise, effective stress management, and the cultivation of a joyful spirit. The Bible advises those who are ill to seek medical attention and to request prayer from church elders. It is evident that God desires the well-being of His people, pledging to provide for their needs. In a previous episode I produced, titled Life Inside the Holy Ghost, I explored this very topic. Proverbs 17, verse 22. A cheerful heart is good medicine, but a crushed spirit dries up the bones. Online advertisements can greatly impact your browsing experience. That's why there are numerous ad-blocking applications. In the past, advertisements posed security risks by potentially downloading malicious content onto users' computers. Fortunately, modern browsers have implemented safeguards to mitigate such threats. Nonetheless, ads remain an increasing nuisance online. Free ad-blocking extensions are widely available for browsers. However, you must use caution, as fraudulent versions exist that may compromise security or fail to perform as advertised. Most ad-blocking software can be tweaked to block almost anything. Be sure to take some time to figure out what works best for you. Be very careful if you don't know what you're doing. You could end up blocking something you want or need. If you do, just remove it and start all over again. Reflecting on ad blocking in a broader context, one could draw parallels to maintaining focus during prayer. Distractions often disrupt moments of spiritual reflection, much like ads interrupt an online experience. For instance, while praying, I might suddenly recall an unfinished task, such as retrieving laundry from the washer or realizing I forgot an item from my grocery list. Maintaining concentration during prayer can be challenging for those of us accustomed to multitasking. Eliminating external distractions, such as silencing notifications on a phone, can serve as an effective starting point for fostering a more focused and meaningful practice. I also find that turning out the lights and having a candle lit helps me focus. Try to find what works best for you. Proverbs 4, verse 25. Let your eyes look directly forward and your gaze be straight before you. Periodic updates are essential for computers, mobile phones, streaming devices, and similar technologies. As technology continues to evolve, new security vulnerabilities are frequently discovered. These updates are critical for patching security flaws, thereby ensuring the ongoing protection of your devices in an online environment. We are often encouraged to install these updates quickly to maintain the best level of security. Personally, I've opted to disable automatic updates on my devices. This decision stems from my experiences, as well as those of my friends, where updates have occasionally resulted in operational issues. If you are unsure about updating, please do some research, or check with your friends to see if it's not going to cause any issues with your devices. In the context of faith, staying informed about current events is vital for understanding how to direct our prayers effectively. Engaging with family and friends to gather prayer requests not only strengthens our spiritual practice, but it also serves as a meaningful way to foster deeper conversations. If watching the news or reading about it online is too stressful, you can always perform a search for a summary of current events. 1 Thessalonians 4, verse 13. But we do not want you to be uninformed, brothers, about those who are asleep, that you may not grieve as others do who have no hope. Package tracking services provided by UPS, FedEx, Amazon, and USPS have become widely recognized tools that ensure timely and secure deliveries, often accompanied by photographic proof of delivery. However, an overlooked aspect of this process is needed to educate dog owners about the importance of restraining their pets to prevent attacks on delivery personnel. These individuals, who provide a valuable service by delivering gifts, flowers, and other items, should not face the risk of severe injury or death from dogs that may not be properly controlled. In case you don't have the links to these tracking applications, I will include it in the About section of this podcast. Please know I am not attacking dog owners by any means. Personal observations during walks, as well as accounts from my brother, a former Amazon delivery driver, suggest that such incidents occur with concerning frequency. Given that customers receive precise tracking information and are aware of delivery schedules, the failure to secure pets during these times can sometimes appear intentional. In response to these risks, some Amazon drivers reportedly carry firearms for self-defense, a measure that underscores the severity of the issue. It is unlikely that dog owners wish to see their pets harmed or euthanized as a result of such encounters. Mutual respect, a principle emphasized in many faith traditions, should guide interactions between delivery workers and customers. This respect can be demonstrated by keeping pets indoors or restrained until the driver has safely returned to their vehicle, allowing for a secure and peaceful delivery of packages. Luke 10, verse 19. Behold, I have given you authority to tread on serpents and scorpions, and over all the power of the enemy, and nothing shall hurt you. If this podcast blessed you, please leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, or wherever you listen to help others find it. Thank you. Please be sure to like and subscribe to the Facebook and YouTube channels, Amy Lynn's Voiceovers. You can stream the podcast anytime on demand and find all of our links to the podcast applications on amylynn.org.